You're live with BBC News. Now, President Biden has garnered over 67,000 TikTok followers in the first 24 hours since his campaign decided to join the app. His arrival comes despite the data security issues surrounding the Chinese-owned company. The US has stayed away from TikTok because of privacy and national security concerns related to the app's owner, Chinese company ByteDance. President Biden was answering questions on the Super Bowl in a brief video. Let's take a look.
Chiefs or Niners?
Two great quarterbacks, hard to decide. But if I didn't say I was for the Eagles, then I'd be sleeping alone. My wife's a Philly girl.
Game or commercials?
Game.
Game or halftime show?
Game.
Jason Kelsey or Travis Kelsey?
Mama Kelsey. I understand she makes great chocolate chip cookies.
Deviously.
Well, Jack Lobel is National Press Secretary of Voters of Tomorrow, a non-partisan coalition that engages and represents young Americans in politics and government. He gave me his reaction to this move.
A lot of people in my generation in the US get their news from TikTok. So the fact that President Biden is meeting us exactly where we are on this platform is going to expand his audience and allow him to communicate on a lot of his accomplishments to our generation.
So do you think more politicians should be making this move?
I do. Gen Z outreach is very important. We've been left out of the political process for a while, so it's going to take all the routes possible to reach young voters like me. And it's going to take everyone who is willing to fight for us on policy to join that fight for us as well, to engage with us online and on the ground.
In what way have you been left out of the political process? I mean, you can all vote.
It's true, but for a while, politicians haven't really listened to our voices when it comes to legislating. So then when they ask for our voices during election season, we really have no reason to show up. Now, President Biden is starting to change this. He's given us a seat at the table. He's engaged with us on a lot of policy issues, from climate action and now to gun violence prevention measures. And now he's communicating about those stances online as well.
And how important are young voters going to be in deciding this election, which many are saying is too close to call at the moment?
Yeah, since 2018, since the Trump era, young voters have shown their power at the polls. We've decided election after election in key states and districts. And now in 2024, I have no doubt that my generation will make the difference between a win and a loss in 2024. And that's why Voters of Tomorrow is working so hard to turn out our peers. And that's why candidates must do the same.
You're a non-partisan organisation. Is it possible to say, I mean, listen, young people, there's millions of you. Is it possible, though, to say where the favouritism is amongst Gen Zers?
Yeah, there's really only one side of the aisle, the Democratic Party, and their candidates that are engaging with Gen Z. Voters of Tomorrow sent out a pledge to engage Gen Z in advance of 2024, and it was only Democrats, 38 of them, who signed. So who is fighting for us in terms of policy? That's only President Biden's coalition. And who is engaging with us on platforms like TikTok? The same story.
Jack Lobel. You're watching BBC News.